A lot of the couples coming into my office lacking the frequency of intimacy they desire often aren't even making it to the bedroom simply from outside obstacles. Busyness, lack of priorities, and schedules that are just messed up, household chores not being balanced. Simply put, a lack of energy and time to prioritize the marriage and the bedroom. Open the dialogue to help you have more conversations and begin to look at ways that you can increase your chances of heading to the bedroom. Do you desire change to your schedule or to your spouse's schedule? How do you feel about the division of responsibilities and or household chores? I know a lot of times for couples, if one spouse feels extremely overwhelmed and burdened and burnt out, a lot of times they don't feel they have time or energy for extracurricular activities. A lot of time irritations towards the spouse who's not helping are built up really quickly, even if that person didn't ask for help. And this creates so much underlying tension and distance in the marriage, obviously. I've had a lot of couples that have simply by talking about their life schedule, increase their intimate times together. Now, there's not one solution for what system will work for you. And there's no one size fits all. Like, we are all unique. Our personalities vary, our interests vary, our schedules vary. But there are super simple steps just to begin to help you on this conversation and begin to get you to where you need to go. So 4 simple steps. 1, think about it. You got to start in your brain. You have to actually acknowledge there's something I don't like. There's a problem I want to fix. This isn't working for me. This isn't working for you. Like, whatever the case may be, start to think about it. Then let's talk about it. Talk to your spouse. What's working for you? What's not working for you? How can we make this different? Like, have that dialogue, have that conversation. And then I'd like for you to start to brainstorm. So brainstorm some solutions. If you've got a really simple fix where it's like, oh, I hate the dishes. They are such a burden to me. It's my least favorite chore. And your spouse is like, I don't mind doing the dishes. Well, let's try that out. And then you want to actually take action on some possible solutions. So if you have some ideas that you've brainstormed, whether, we're going to switch up the dishes, let's try that. Let's take action on that possible solution to help with the schedule and the burden. So you give it a shot down the road, so maybe a week. If it's not working, or if it is, either way, revisit, have the conversation again. And then unsuccessful attempts, like, this isn't working, we'll go back and brainstorm. Try something else, try it again. Being able just to open the dialogue for things that aren't working is the greatest way to start getting some possible solutions to get to a place where things are working for you. For example, it's great when you first get married to have the chore discussions. What do you like to do? What do you hate to do? What, drains you of energy? What's fine with you? Really sit down and you have those conversations, and then you kind of get into a position where, okay, this is working for us. This is, what we like. This is the, your responsibilities for the house, my responsibilities for the house. And sometimes though, down the road, we kind of get in a rut with what we chose, and we might actually not really be happy with it. Sometimes we're fine with it. Sometimes we're not. I've also noticed that, like, oftentimes I'll have a spouse who is really unhappy with the balance of chores, but yet the other spouse is completely clueless. Like, they've never had the conversation to say, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm burdened by all the things that I'm doing, and I wish you'd help out more, or really opening up the dialogue in that conversation. Instead of the rut that you've kind of found yourself in with those things that you chose a while back, revisit. How do you feel about it? Do you like what you're doing? Is there something that you really want your spouse to help out with more? Is there a certain task that's draining of your energy that you could pay someone to do? Andrew and I aren't there yet, but I would love to have a maid come every now and then and clean the house, and he would really appreciate some help with the yard work. And we're not there yet, Lord willing, we will be someday. Another note of importance is just really being able to provide grace for the season that you're in. Some seasons you might have been able to do a lot more than you're able to do now, and that's okay. And being able to talk with your spouse about, for this season, I'm not able to do some of the things that I was doing, or I need more help in this area. Like with the hiring out, it may just be for a season. You might be going through things, but being able to know and talk with your spouse about the fact that seasons change, and for this season, what are some changes that you'd like to make? What are some changes that will help you with your overwhelm, with your exhaustion, and really just begin to put the things that you really want to prioritize in the forefront, and being able to help those things that are a burden to, again, be handled in a better way. Again, I just really want to challenge you to look inside and think about, how are you feeling concerning your schedules and your priorities? Are you really doing the things that move towards your priorities that you consider? A lot of times when you look at what you're doing, you realize you're not focused on the right priorities. Are you doing what you want to be doing? Are there distractions that are getting in the way, or are you just not got your priorities lined up for what you really care about? Sometimes even really good things, can add up to being overwhelmed and overbooked. But like really taking the time to think through those priorities of what matters to you. Simply pray about it. God, am I got the right priorities in line? Are there things I need to change? Is there things that are distracting me from what matters that you would have me to put my focus on? And just spend some time with him. Let him know that you need his help, if you're struggling with this area, and being able to really see, are there some good things that I need to actually say no to so that there's some great things that I can say yes to? Allowing him to truly guide your schedule, your priorities, what he would have for you to be doing. God actually loves us just as we are. Just simply being, he loves us. We don't have to do to impress him. Just simply being. And hopefully in learning to just be, this will provide you with some more peace and energy and space and time to simply just be with your spouse. Also, if you are struggling kind of starting the conversations with your spouse, especially around intimacy, make sure you check out below. We have a link for a free guide, basically 30 questions to help you get those conversations started. So make sure you subscribe, give us a thumbs up, help us out with that, and we would love to see you in the next one. Bye.